Good morning to the early risers. I know that you're just waking up, and good afternoon to you guys that have just taken your meals and you're just relaxing, or maybe if you're just taking a light snack. Good evening to my people that are with me right now that we are sharing the same time range. I hope that you're well and everything is fine. The one that is talking here, your speaker of the day is Andrew the Traveler, or the Villager, or Andrew Wasili. Hereby much impressed to introduce myself to you. I'm from Kenya. If someone ever heard of Kenya in Africa, East Africa, I'm from a certain county. If you're in the US, I know you'll call this state, but I'm from a county called Siaya. I know some people will also call it province. I'm from Siaya County in a small district called Game, in a small location called Sinaga. That is where I was born. That is where I am staying with my family. And right here in Sinaga, where my home is located, I know maybe you'll be asking me, Andrew, where do you come from? Maybe I want to come see you. We are just to the borderline. We are the immediate people that are bordering. I think God also was wise when he brought us to this place, because we are bordering two other locations, or I don't know whether I should say villages, but we are at the border of another location called Sagam, and another location the other side called Jina. Down here, I know someone will also be having another question. But Andrew, I'm seeing you there. Why are you just in the village? And also, why did you just decide to ask to name yourself the villager? Why not any other place? Why not any other person? The question, or the answer to that question is that I chose the village because the name the villager, because I am from the village. It's because I am staying in the village and my life is evolving in the village. Fine, I wasn't brought up fully in the village, but due to 1, 2, 3, and with the economical status of my country, it pushed me back to the village. I once was in town, I was once working in town, but because of a lot of the economical instabilities, I had to move back to my village, at least to try to strive on survival with my family. Talking of my family, this is where my mom is. This is where my father's family is coming from. Like, this is my paternal place. And alongside with that, I also have my wife, Elizabeth. And I also have my 2 kids, Miguel and Destiny, with me here. And my decision for moving from town to this place was on how I could put up or keep up with them, with their basic needs and everything. So I had to come here because I didn't have work in town, but over in the village there were spaces of that I could at least try to do farming to gain my day-to-day needs. And that is answering another question that someone would be wondering. Now that you came from town, you didn't have work. Now what are you doing in the village? I'm just doing my daily, day-to-day domestic farming. It is not commercial, because if I am supposed to be saying that I'm doing a commercial farming, I'll be lying. There is no bigger space for me to do the commercial farming, and also there is no resources for me to do the commercial farming. So I'm just doing my domestic farming that can help me at least put something on the table for my family. About my education, if I would say that, I studied up to college level, where I did my electrical installation course with a certificate. But that I had said, the economical status and everything about the government, as we know, it has not been so easy for me to find work. So that is why I'm embarking here. I'm no longer working on what I studied, but I'm doing what I know. What do I say by that? What do I mean by that? I'm doing what I know because I'm trying to do farming. That is the skill that I also had, and that is what I am doing. Furthermore, if God wills, and sometimes I find opportunities, I may get back to do the work that I studied for, the work that I graduated for later on. But as for now, this is where I am. This is where I stay, in Siaya, Sinaga village, with my family, and I bless God for that. I started this vlog to show you people my full life in the village, to show you how we do things in the village, how my family and we keep moving and we keep maneuvering in the village. And I will say that expect to see more about us, the Andrews, in the village, how we work in the farms, how my wife cooks African foods, how our children they move up, coming in the African culture, and much more of the village stuff. Yeah, that is much about me that I'll talk about, and if God wills, much more will come. But also, let us not forget about, when I talk about me being in the village, let us not forget about the harms that we can also find here. As for me, I can say that we also have challenges. Not that everywhere we will say that everything is perfect. The same way that there are hardships and also much challenges in town, it is also the same here. Like, we have threats of wild animals too. If you will see this compound, it will appear green and someone will be saying that it is much interesting. But it is also dangerous because we also have harmful stuffs that I never even saw even one when I was in town. Like, we have the snakes, we have the moles, we have the rats. I never encountered any when I was in town. But like, I remember someday I went out, on my coming back, my wife told me about her meeting snake, and it is not once, it is twice. It's more than twice, it's thrice. I remember one time she was going to get the vegetables in the farm, she met one. Another time, twice, she was going to fetch water in the river. That is after we had come here, and she also got other two. So it has not also been so easy for us when it comes to that, but we are trying to cope because there are things that we have to live with. So up here, it has not also been well. The same way, someone will say that, so do you mean that when you went to the village, now the life is now much cheap and everything, like you get things easily? I will say that it is not. As I had said, every place had its own challenges. Let me talk about power, the power source. Over here, we don't have power source. The electricity that is being supplied here, if I was supposed to be doing the wiring, it would cost me so much because the post is almost 5 or 300 meters away, of which it is so expensive for me to do that, the installation. And if I am supposed to be installing it, the power supply is also not so much constant. That means that we have to rely on the solar power. The solar power here is also, when I came here and there was no power, I had to try get one small one, but because the cost is too much for me to get it at a cash one, I have to be paying for it daily. What if I don't have that cash? I didn't get anything at the course of the day. We'll be in blackout, and that is also dangerous because we also have a small child and she cannot be easily attended to in the night and in the darkness. So the power source is also another challenge. It is not so easy here. When we also talk about how to get our basic needs, we have food stuff, we have the toiletries. It is also not easy because Unless you have a job, you'll get these. If you don't have a job, it will be just like you'll be not having anything. So, and also the cost is too high. It's better when you are in town that it's, I will say it's better when you are there, because maybe you have job and you'll be getting that. But now when you are home, you are relying on your farm for food product. That means it will not be easier. Also, when it comes to water, we rely on the river to get water. And that is only, it is only better. I didn't say it's good, but I said it's only better when the rains are not there. But when it rains, the water there is much contaminated. It turns to brown, and you cannot take that. You know how water by the terminals, they look like. They are very dirty because they are coming from the farm channels and they get to the river. So it is also not good, but we are just trying to live by them because we just have no any other ways. So that is part also of the challenges that we are going through, and there are also much more. I will not say that now that we came here that our life is now much more better, but as I said, everywhere that there is good, there must also be something that is bad in it. But we are just trying to live by it. When it comes to medical issues, when I was in town, I would only go for a bit of meters before I could get to a dispensary, a closer health center. But when I am here, I have to go 2 kilometers for us to get a closer dispensary. I have to, if I don't have money to get a picky, then we have to trek that time. If we are taking our child for clinic, we have to go that long. And now if you want to go to a more advanced hospital, we have to go further for us to get that. So I will say that it is not easy. And if you don't have anything that can gain you that income, then you will not survive it. Like even up to this time, you will see where I am seated. I'm just in front of my house. I'm seated on my wife's cooking bench or cooking stool, and behind me is her cooking place, the cooking stove. But it is also very not so easy for her to cook there when it is raining, because we haven't gotten that enough capital that we could raise to make the kitchen. So these are just a number of the challenges that we are meeting, but we are still trusting God that we will survive. I remember sometime my wife was asking me about, how about tomorrow? How will we do this? But I have always told her this. It is only by faith. And we've always been trying to survive. And we've been striving just by faith. So anyone that is out there thinking that because I said that I moved from town to the village, now it is much more better here, I will tell you that fine, it will be a little bit better, but it is not a complete paradise, because every place that you are in, every place that anyone is in, there is a challenge. So no one is enjoying so much, but we enjoy the gift of life and the environment that God has given to us. One more thing that we should not forget is that I'm really, really, really much appreciative to you people. You know, you are my family now. I really love you people, and I really appreciate you. As I say this, I'm so much gracious to them that understand that word. I'm so much gracious to you people, and I'm too much grateful to these other people that are understanding this word. And I'm so much thankful to everyone that stretched forth their hands to help me in the construction of my house to completion, because I ran short of capital, but you people, you came in and you helped me out in the building. I'm so much grateful, and I'm more abundantly grateful to you and to God and to every friend that came into this. I want to give a shout out to you guys. including this man that has also been so much of help to me. If you're watching this, Buddy Kelvin Corey, may God bless you abundantly. And to all that also did their donations, the YouTube family, may God bless you abundantly. There was this thing that had also been much a prick to me, and I wish that you help me out in this. When I was when I was trying to get myself a YouTube name, I was much pricked in the mind that I was even getting restless about, you see, if you get to my YouTube channel, it's Andrew the Villager. But I wasn't sure, I didn't know whether if I was making the rightful choice, and I would wish that you also see, I don't know, should I just continue with the name Andrew the Villager, or should I include my wife's name so that it can be Andy Lee's, or should I continue with my full name Andrew Wasili? I don't know. So you can leave your comment there. Which one would you see that is much favorable? Which one do you find much nicer to you? And this lastly is going to someone that is watching this. I don't know where life has put you through, and I don't know which kind of difficulty or which kind of thing that you're going through, but I just want to tell you something, that God is able to turn it the other way around. Do not give up, keep pushing, and trust God in everything. He will do it at His own time. Thank you guys, and may God bless you. Subscribe, share, comment, and view. Thank you all guys. Bye.